Morning, morning. How we doing? What up, Yuri? Good morning, good morning. Yes, I do, Yuri, and I have an answer for you. How we doing, gentlemen? Tachyon. Hey, I appreciate the thumbs up. How we doing, gentlemen? Morning. What up, what up? Yuri. Alright. It was... Get this. 7 accounts. 7 accounts. On my 8th account, I took one. What's up, Danny? What's going on, gentlemen? Hey, what up, what up? Morning, how we doing, gentlemen? Alright. Let's get into it. Composite, what's going on? Andrew, what's going on? Good morning. No, sir. Took it on my 8th, and then there was a big chunk after that. Yuri. Jamie, got some work to do on my Apex. What up, what up? I'm liking what I'm seeing today. Price action's not unbearable going into lunch here. Or going into 11 Eastern. Yeah, Yuri. So I got it on my 8th. Consistent, probably right around you guys, and like 60. When they all started to come in. Which is quite the wait after that first one. Very curious. How'd you get initial balance to show on Tradeify? Drew it out myself. One of the downsides, I think there's some indicators that'll do it for you. Community indicators, but... How we doing, boys? Alright. New stream. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Toss a like on the stream. It is a new stream. Quick question. Why is there a difference between MNQ and NQ VWAP when price is usually only a few ticks? So price is similar, but you're also looking at volume, right? So volume weighted profile average. So that can be quite different. I do not look at VWAP on MNQ. I typically look at NQ, and then if I do take trades on MNQ, it's based on those levels. I know Jaws does a similar thing where he actually charts on NQ, and his trades are being passed over into MNQ, which is pretty cool. I think MotiveWave has that that option. Yeah, Tiki opening range. Yep, exactly. Which one's the real VWAP, if there's such a thing? I just base it off of the, oh, there we go. Yeah, got your answer. Yeah, NQ. I mean, that's the true VWAP. Interesting spot here. Broke back above IB. I'd want to see some continuation below, if I'm being honest. I was looking at the daily. And... I mean... I'd be down for us to come back and test this prior low from June 8th. you know, wick up and continue down. We shall see. Oil, crude still chilling up here at 82, quite elevated. Gapped up, came down, tested it, broke through it. Now we're back into that close from last week. So interesting spot there. But how we doing today? Anybody take any good trades? Any bad trades? We green? We red? How we starting the week off? Do we like Mondays? How we feeling? Down $6 so far. I think I'm up 17 bucks. I took a couple trades. We're gonna go over those in a minute here. I'm only up 17. I know. I saw Yuri was I saw Yuri talking in chat earlier. I didn't check out Discord. Red 300 bucks. Manageable red days on a Monday, always good to have. Keep it under control. Got a long week in front of us, so plenty of opportunity to trade. Yuri crushing it, yeah. Green 200 might call it. I mean, yeah. No reason to press your luck. That being said, if you're trading well, the entries come to you. Kind of basing here around IB. Yo, Jodo, what's up? Morning. How we doing? Interesting spot. Coming up to that 940 level, yeah. How many likes are we at? Let's see. We have 170 in here, but we only have 28 likes. What are we doing? Toss a like on there. We're going to set quite an optimistic like goal today. So, if you guys want a giveaway, we're going to have to run those numbers up. Alright, let me pull up my previous trades here, and then we can take a look at those, and then we can see if we can find something here. So I am on the 5 Apex accounts, 5 Apex evals that we've been copy trading here. Let's see, fills and orders. Took them on MNQ, yeah. Alright, so up 17 bucks on the day. Took a couple trades. Took a small trade here for 250 point loss, or $250 loss. 25 point loss on 5 MNQs per account. Looking for some continuation of the downside. Did not get it. Ooh, pump. Nice pump there. Wow. -2 to +2 standard deviation. Back above VWAP. Wow. Got stopped to break even here and took a short off of 29,010, looking for us to come back down to VWAP. Got stopped on trailing stop here for like 275 bucks. So after commissions, up like 17 bucks on the account. So Avengers Doomsday. Oh, I did not see that. Be watching that later. How are the likes looking? Wow, we're pumping here, huh? Up to 41. It's better. Come on, we can do better than that, though. All right. quite an interesting spot. VWAP test could be interesting, although the -2 standard deviations sitting around 30. What I do not want to see us do is chop around down here in between initial balance, VWAP, and volume point of control. It's kind of my worst nightmare with these levels all being right here. So we shall see. But quite an interesting spot. Looks like we're coming down to the -2. I don't know if I have any conviction here, though. Buyer's looking decent. I mean, some sellers coming in. 30. Try to grab a long at 30. They are far enough apart to make money, though. That is true. Play the rotation between the top here with volume point of control or VWAP back into IB and vice versa. Jamie, how was your session this morning? How'd we do? Alpha, I'm hoping this squeeze dies. And short set up at 888. Yeah, I mean, I'd be looking for some continuation lower. It's just, you know, I think that's where my head's at. It's just, what do we get, you know, in between? Where do we go before that? Do we take this local high and continue lower? Or do we kind of keep trending? Closed out 650 green. Fortunately, New York session's less good on the Apex. Red 600. Yeah, that's something I've been kind of realizing trading with multiple props, Jamie, is like, you know, I'll take a nice green day on one and a red day on the other. And across all the accounts, I'll be up. I'll be up, you know, a healthy amount. Or you know, I'll be up or break even. But it doesn't feel like I'm break even, right? It feels super weird because I've taken a loser on one of the props and then winners on the other. It's interesting. But it is nice because it does give you something else to trade after you've taken that winner or after you've taken that loser. Yeah, exactly. Like a true winning day would feel like I took a winner on the Apex accounts. I took a winner on, you know, the Tradeify funded account we're trading. It's like, I don't know. But in the grand scheme of things, still at the end of the day, I mean, you know, technically you're up 50 across all the accounts if you look at it that way. I think it retests now. What's it retesting? Volume point of control, VWAP, or IB? What are we talking about? There's a lot of stuff to retest. Retest the lows. I mean, we could draw the meme lines. Will I do that? No. But, you know, we're in a nice steady channel here. A retest of IB. Just not seeing a ton of buying volume. I mean, we keep seeing this, you know, we see buyers stepping up, and then immediately sellers kind of take control. Although this last 5 minutes hasn't been totally flush with sellers. I mean, we've gotten some. I mean, maybe the volume point of control VWAP retest short would have been the play. Caught it short off of 50. Looking for new lows. Yeah, I'm kind of in that boat with you. I want to see us keep coming down. Retested the order block, I think. Where we're at. Yeah, a little choppy. Break even, yeah. Did take a wick down below previous 5-minute. Testing the +2. This actually might have been a nice opportunity to try to grab a short off of VWAP. Sitting at the +2 standard deviation. Standard deviation channel in the 22-tick chart is trending negative. Might have missed that. Danny, how's the eye doing? All right, so story time, I guess. So on Saturday, I took a wood chip to the eye and cut my cornea. So I spent like 11 hours in the ER yesterday. I have a protective contact over it, so it feels much better. But I woke up Sunday looking like I'd been punched in the face. I was a little worried about stream. I thought I'd have to wear an eye patch or something. But woke up today feeling great, so. Yeah, no, it was, I'm not a fan of anything with, like, the eyes. It's no. It was not a pleasant, ER visit. Pirate trading if you had to wear the patch. Yeah, Todd, I was like, I didn't want to have to, you know, last week was the, who's this guy, right? Who are these new people on the channel? Today would have been, why the heck is he wearing an eye patch? So, I'm glad it's, looking and feeling better. Yeah. Guess right. Weed whacker. Caught, some mulch. Caught some mulch and sent it into my eye. Cool stuff. Wear eye protection, guys. Yeah, Anthony, wear PPE, exactly. Yeah, literally, who's this pirate? Mm-hmm. So, continuation lower, kind of faked this out here. Did not, play out. All the way back into volume point of control up here. Aye, Captain. Yep. No, I'm so glad I woke up this morning and I was feeling good. But yeah, scratched cornea, cutting my cornea. Nothing crazy. But the ER was moving quite slow, so we were there all day. Lovely Sunday afternoon spent. I did watch the World Cup though, with one eye on my phone while I was sitting there, so at least there was something on. Alright, well, rejected off of 29k, volume point of control. Standard deviation channel is now pointed upward. I mean, maybe we try to grab longs. Feels like by the time you react, right, it goes the other way and goes down to the other side of this this little range we're doing. Although we are still trending down. I don't think it broke out of this this meme line it's creating. What are the diagonal lines on the right chart? SUV. So, the chart on the right is a 22-tick chart, 22-tick range chart. So every candle is the same size from wick to wick, or total length of the candle is the same size. What I have is a linear regression being plotted against the last 100 candles. And then against that linear regression is a +1, +2, +3, -1, -2, -3 standard deviation being plotted. So that's a rolling indicator. Like any indicator, it is lagging, right? So Bollinger Bands, whether it's, you know, Bollinger Bands or standard deviations on a candle chart, it is a lagging indicator. Use it for context for entries. SUV, so I like to use it if we are in a well-defined trend. I like to use it by, say we're in a well-defined uptrend, I will bid the -2 standard deviation, looking for a return to the +2 standard deviation, or at least a return inside of the 1 standard deviation channel. Same thing goes for if we're in a downtrend, I will offer the +2 standard deviation. Doesn't work as well when you're sitting inside of chop or not fully directional. Yeah, we are breaking out to the upside here. A break above 29K and a retest could be interesting. I wonder if this is where we get legs. What's ES doing? ES in the same boat here, running up against VWAP. Broke above volume point of control. Looking to take out these prior highs from this morning at like 10:30. Yeah, some sort of retest after a close above 29K could be interesting. I just have to get it at a good price and want to be able to take it with a reasonably tight stop. How are we doing on likes? Let's take a look here. How are we doing on likes? 50 likes. Got 170 people in here. All right, if we want to do a giveaway later today, we gotta pump those numbers up here. At least 100, bare minimum 100. Like to get to 150. So toss a like on the stream if you want to see that happen. All right, strong break above 29K. SUV would account for the giveaway. We can ask chat. We'll ask chat later. But first stop, 100 likes. Ideally 150, and then we'll talk about it. Short NQ, 28,990 entry point. Want a sharp pullback to the downside. All right, we got 1 minute left on this candle. Let's see if we close above 29K. I do like some of the structure we have down here, right? Create a low, lower low, lower low again. Kind of basing here on these last 5-minute candles, these last two 5-minute candles. Putting in some support here. Looks like we may close right at 29K. So, closed basically a point above. Yeah, 1.5 above 29K. 28,970s. 29, basically VWAP could be an interesting play here. A yoink at 29K would be diabolical. Yeah. could be interesting in bidding VWAP. Although ATR is still sitting at 60, so I would probably take this in the MNQ. VWAP's sitting a lot lower on MNQ, but the equivalent was like the 70s. I mean, there's two ways to look at it, right? Either we continue this trend, we get smacked here and continue this trend, or we come up and test these highs around 29.50 and break through to the upside. Been a fun morning so far. NQ finally broke the 9 EMA on both the 5 and 15-minute chart. Doesn't look like we're going to get filled on our bids here. Looks like it wants to run. The aggressive entry is definitely 29K. Come down to the 1 standard deviation here. 80s could be in play. I still like the 80s. Decent buying volume coming in here in this last 5-minute candle, but we shall see. All right, breaking below. Not entirely, kind of just button up against it. Yeah, came down to the -1 standard deviation, bounced up off of 95-ish. Why do you have 2 time and sales? So, if you look at the filter, down here I'm filtering for any orders coming in above 10. Up here, just setting it at 1. So, the way I like to use time and sales is, you know, when this thing's flying by, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. What I look for is to be able to differentiate buying in size or selling in size versus buying or selling coming in small size. Trying to short at 29K. I know I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, maybe we continue this trend. Could not come up, test these highs around 29.50. I do like it. Ambitious, take profit. Boom, took that 90 support level on 3 straight 15-point winners. There you go. Cutting it up, Mitch. I like it. Down to the -2 here at the 80s. So if we were gonna get long, this would be the entry. Just feels a bit heavy. Feels like it wants to range. Jamie, great trade. Targeting 100 points here. I like it. I do like it. I mean, where's 100 points put you? So firmly looking for a continuation of the trend. I mean, still above the Sunday night open level. Yeah, I like it. Coming down to IBL. Yeah. 28,900. I was looking at 28,800. We shall see. This is not what I would want to see. I want to see it pick a direction here. Came down, tapped VWAP. So maybe that was the long, that VWAP tap off the -2 standard deviation. Yeah, Jamie, VWAP kind of got in the way there. Let's see. I mean, this puts us up to 50. Again, could try a long here at 29K even. Brutal chop, calling it there. Yeah. Try the -1 standard deviation. Play it down to like 90. Give ourselves some room. See if we can quickly snap below that 29K level. Grab an entry. Where's that put our stop? 90, 80, 70, 65. I actually don't mind this. Puts our stop squarely below the low of that previous 5-minute candle. Although again, I feel like it might just run without us. Pretty sharp reaction off of VWAP here. Pretty quick uncontested move to the upside. Some buyers stepping in. $29,200. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not off the table. I mean, it's basically sitting right above IBH. So, see how this looks. See if we get this scooped up here. Ideally, I'd want to see this in the first couple minutes of this candle. I'd want to see us come down, wick, grab it, and continue higher. So the longer this order sits here, the less confident I am. If we do come down and fill it, it's not just going to flush through. Although, some buying in size here. 86 up at the top. A ton at the start of this candle. 13, 11, 13, 13. Interesting spots. Good price action. Yeah, I don't mind it. We are wicking around a little bit down here, but does it come down and test this level is the question. Can make an amazing cocktail with the watermelon slushy. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. All right, 3 minutes into the candle. Looks a bit heavy, coming down off the +1. Kind of shifting the standard deviation channels. Although, good reaction here. The, and the 22-tick range, we shall see. Actually, I lied again, got short 29.027. Midpoint of that zone you were talking about. Yeah. I mean, there was a ton of volume put in the overnight. I mean, so it makes sense that this is our, you know, where the majority of the volume is being conducted today, at least. So much volume put in overnight at this this level here. Let's see. Yeah, kind of coincides with Friday's highs, so. Right, now that's it. See it. $16 likes. Oh, we're definitely doing better than that. Refresh. Although I'm not sure how much better than that. Like I said, if we wanna get a giveaway going here, we gotta pump these numbers up. Yeah, we're sitting at 60, 69 likes, but no reason we should not be above 100 here. See you in 10 minutes, Jamie. Jorge, what's going on? Jorge, first trade I took was a $250 loser. 25-point stop loss got hit. Second trade was break even. Third trade, targeting $500, started trailing, got stopped out on the trail for like 275 bucks. So we are, after fees, up $17 on the day across all 5 of the Apex evals we're trading here. In hindsight, you know, this trade would have worked out good. I think it would have been good for 50. Let's see, where did we short at 10? Come down to 60. Okay, so in hindsight, this trade would have been good for 50 points. Just a little impatient, but looking for anything more than 50 points would have gotten us in trouble. We probably would have come back up and tagged us out break even, so. Doing all right, sitting basically even for the day. Don't mind that on a Monday morning. Slowing down here. Not as much buying coming in size. Basically, all the buying and selling coming in small size up here. Quite an interesting spot at 29.020. Let's see. Yeah, a bit of extra volume being put in at 29.020, 29.030. I mean, in hindsight, there were a ton of big orders that came in down here. I'm curious what this looked like for any of the anybody that's trading. I'm sure if Jaws was watching, he'd have those showing up on his chart. I mean, just going sideways here on the 22 tick range chart. Can't make up its mind. Ranging, yeah. I mean, it looks kind of like it wants to roll a little bit here, which I do not like. It's definitely slowing down. I've had this order sitting on here for quite a while. Alright, a little bit of size coming in. Starting to see some selling. Yeah, some selling in size. Small size too. Let's see. Alright, coming down to test 29K. Don't like the look of this. Three-bar reversal. Did not quite test 29K. ATR down to 57. Kind of slowing down here as we come into the midpoint of the 11 o'clock Eastern hour. All right, starting to accelerate. Still, I don't think we quite came down to 29K. Nope. 3 ticks off. Anybody front run 29K there? Would have been good for, I think, 20 points, actually. 15. Looks heavy coming into the last 30 seconds of this candle. Might take this order off. I don't like this. Don't like the lack of buy volume and then sellers coming in. Interesting spot here. Alright, looks like we're going to get filled. Got filled. Want to see this thing get back above 29K as soon as possible. Don't want to see us spend too much time down here. I'd like to defend these 80s. Down to the -2, basing off of it. So, want to see us get back above, really, before we move to break even here. Definitely interested in, I mean, I will move this to break even if we get anywhere above 29K. Just take the risk off the table. Don't want to see this thing come tumbling back down and continue the move it's making, so if we can get some of the risk off the table here, we'll take some risk off the table. That being said, sellers definitely still participating here. Small size. All right. Wicked out nicely. All right, so we're looking for 50 points here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move this to break even. No reason to leave all that risk there. Actually, 40s? 40s, that would be 50 points. So, okay, I'll answer that question in a minute here once we're out of this trade. Want to see us use 29K kind of as a defensive level. Ideally flip this standard deviation channel positive, so that would take quite a lot. I mean, a good break above 29K 20 would get us there. Might be looking for too much, not a ton of continuation here, so you know, if this thing is going to roll over, I could see us coming up, wicking, closing, and then closing lower. So I really want to see a strong push here, which we're getting. All right. So there's that move above 20 that we wanted. Either want to see a strong close or want to see this, I mean, we're only 2 minutes into this candle. Want to see it take this right here, right now. Some selling coming in and small size. Rejecting off of that +2. Although, in order for us to flip this standard deviation channel positive, we need to, yeah, basically exactly what we're seeing here. This is what will turn this linear regression positive, spending more time up here around the +2. Happy, though, with this trade. Minimal drawdown. That's really what we're looking for when we bid spots like this. Reactions down here. Almost getting it. Up into 35. Yeah, not bad price action at all. Kind of sniped it down here. Only took 4 points of drawdown. Although sellers are stepping in here, but it's all being absorbed. So all this selling in size getting absorbed, which we do like to see. Kind of got slapped off of 35. Might be asking for too much here with the 50 points. We'll see. Getting slapped off that 35 level. Minute left in this candle. Luckily, we do have 29K as a kind of a defensive area here. So if we do wick down, hopefully we catch some legs there. Do not want to see us close below like 29.10. Really, this is kind of the line in the sand for me, at least. But a close above 29.20 would be great. I think if we see that, we're relatively safe for a move higher here. We did sweep these local highs, so let's see. Kind of front running the previous highs on this move up, so we shall see. Anybody think it reaches the 150 level? Take a look here in a minute. All right. I mean, I want to see this thing come up, take it now, and just get us out of this trade. All right, if we get out at 40, who cares if we come back on down? Take profit at 130. All right, being patient, hanging around. So yeah, a test of this. Now that we're putting in some volume up here, we're turning this standard deviation channel positive. So what I want to see is I want to see us come up and grab the +2 here. -1 sitting at like 29.06. Don't want to see us break below that because that might mean we come down to 95. Good reaction. A lot of buying in small size coming in. Man, this thing's whipping around, huh? Little bit of indecision. I mean, quite a strong move off of our entry, and now we're just... We're struggling here. But I still think we're in a good spot. Happy to take this risk off and be sitting break even. Although the longer this trade plays out, I think the less likely we are to continue higher. So I want to see us wick up, flip this candle green, grab it before the close of this candle. 2 minutes into this candle. I mean, there might be some argument for trailing here now that we kind of put in this low around 29.09. Yeah, 29.035. Yeah. Basically right where we tapped. Lot of indecision here. ATR came down to like 50, so I mean, what have we put in here? 30. So I you know, a large solid red candle could come down and tap us based on this ATR. All right, testing the -2 here. 29K. Not looking good for us. Okay. Good reaction off that. And we're stopped out. Kind of brutal. We got 45 points there of our 50-point target. Came all the way back down, stopped us. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Super choppy. I mean, still glad I had my break even there, right? You know, if this thing comes back down, I think it moves pretty violently. Not a ton of selling. A lot in small size here coming in. A lot of small size selling. 2s, 3s, 4s. But... yeah, slapping right through our level. So good defensive break even. I mean... we would have had down to 65 if we didn't move to break even, but definitely glad I moved that to break even. I think we were up 430 bucks at one point in that trade, something like that. Kind of frustrating, a little choppy. Yeah, Jorge, I ended up break even on that. Don't be a dick for a tick. You know, I would tend to agree. I definitely should have trailed that here. Should have taken a look at the 1 minute. No, you're good. I do think, though, at least with the way I trade, I know Kane and Matt were talking about this on Friday, right? And I guess the argument is, you know, at least for me, I only take trades where I think I have enough conviction. And so if I have that conviction, why move my take profit, right? So I'm only taking trades where I think we might be able to hit that 50 points. So, you know, why second guess that conviction? And Kane kind of related it to, like, you know, why are you moving your stop loss? Right? Everybody preaches don't move your stop loss, don't extend your stop loss. So why move my take profit, right? Okay. Yeah, sorry. We were actively managing that trade, so I wasn't answering too many questions. Yeah, trader Jonah, I totally agree. It's over time the equity curve shows that it's all right not to do that. Although in the moment it can be quite frustrating. So, you know, especially when you grab that happened a couple times last week, especially when you grab like 40 points out of it. And you just need that couple more points and you don't get it. Okay, so do you use the same strategy every streamer that streams on this channel? No. So our strategies vary quite widely. I tend to be on the patient end, and I use a set risk reward structure. Always trading a 2-to-1. Looking for $500, risking $250. That's just me. I think it's easier to understand my equity curve and understand my drawdown in accounts and understand my risk of ruin, things like that. Look at this, comes back up. Wouldn't have touched our stop either. So it was we had our entry in a great place here. So yeah, we all trade slightly different. I know Jamie trades a little bit more aggressively, tight stops, trying to get in, looking for places to grab a trade with a tight stop. If you tune into Jaws' stream, you'll see him trade. He trades a lot of the DOM. He's looking at the DOM quite a bit, looking for different areas of interest with Delta, looking to hop in with other convicted buyers that have conviction. So he does a lot of he spends a lot of time looking at the DOM. He also trades volume candles, so super different there. And then Danny trades more of a conventional support resistance and areas of interest. So yeah, we all trade slightly different, trade a little bit. Yeah, McAnthony, my biggest thing is patience, right? I don't take a ton of trades. I try to grab entries where I think I'm protected, move to break even, and see if I can get something out of it. It's worked relatively well for me thus far. But in terms of how I deal with prop firms, the rules that we're being given, at the end of the day, it's all one big math equation, right? You're handed a set of rules that you have to follow. And so keeping the way I trade steady helps me follow those rules better. Keeps myself disciplined. Here we go. Come up and tap it. Hate that. Hate to see it. Hate to see that. You think DOM's necessary? My platform only offers level 1. Should I purchase the add-on? I mean, the DOM on Tradeify is atrocious. So I don't and can't really use it. So, now we're ripping face. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Yuri, I'm actually very against the statement of not moving, stop loss, or take profit. Condition change mid-trade. You got to be able to adjust dramatically. Don't move, stop loss, or take profit out of fear would be a better statement. Yes. Yes, I totally agree. So I think, if I had taken this order off here or started trailing, it would have been out of the anxiety that we come back down and I don't get the rest of the trade, right? Seeing money there. Then again, I would have made more than $0, right? So there might be an argument, or $3. Would I make on each of those $3? Yeah. But yeah, I totally agree with that. Being able to do it dynamically without, doing it out of fear, totally agree. But that is something you have to account for in terms of, if you're trying to understand your own equity curve and the trades you're taking. Does make it quite more, changes what your equity curve will look like. For sure. Do you trail, and will this affect prop firms? It really depends. You know, I will trail, right? So it depends on what kind of accounts you're trading, right? Like, if you're trading intraday drawdown accounts, maybe you should trail. If you're not, there's an argument. There's no need. Depends on the rules. Depends on what prop firm you're trading with. Depends on the account type you're trading. Danny, 880 held strong. Now 980s holding strong. 80s are going crazy today. Yeah. 80 to 80 rotation. I mean, this looks pretty good for anybody looking for targets to the upside. Somebody mentioned like 130 earlier. Probably, or 100, 120, 130, 140, something like that. I mean, I can see an argument for us chasing some of these higher position, these higher levels. A lot of buying came in, so we basically right after we got stopped out, all of this buying with size came in. So there's your conviction. Sweaty, what's going on? How are the fibs looking, Sweaty? Give me some fib levels. Also, why do you guys, none of you guys sell a course or something? Because we like to, we make our money doing this. Don't need to sell a course. And besides, you can hear everything I have to say or ask questions and hang out and chat. Why put a paywall in front of it? Discord's free. Make sure you guys hop in the Discord. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, a ton of us hang out in there, chat, talk through trades. Really cool community. So, bottom of the screen, tbm.gg/discord. Hop in there. You can also find that in the description. Also, if you guys are new, I think a couple of you guys are new time viewers, hop in, take a look at, it's in the description, tbm.gg. You can find a link down there. It's a quick breakdown of all the different firms that we're trading. So right now I'm kind of hopping back and forth between Apex accounts and Tradeify accounts. Trading Apex accounts today, traded Tradeify on Friday. Might trade that a little bit tonight. Might hang out during Danny or Jaws' stream, trade that. Actually won this account during a giveaway with Matt. So use code TBM for the best discount on all of these platforms. If you guys have any questions, check out the breakdown. Gives you a quick pros and cons, kind of a quick take on the different firms. If you guys have any questions, we can look together, take a look at the different accounts. Also, if you're new schedule. This does not include the new streamer that will be streaming the Asian session overnight quite yet. But make sure you hop in after me, Danny. Danny will trade Power Hour once we trade through lunch hour here. Jaws trades the Globex Open and a little bit of the early Asian session. There's a new trader. I think she debuted last night. Trading the Asian session. And then you can catch Jamie bright and early for anybody in the United States trading pre-market London session, and then same time as normal, Matt live for market open every morning, Monday through Friday. So make sure you guys are saying what's up to everybody else. Trailing the 1 minute. Mentioned 100 and 200, judging from the 15-minute price action. I mean, yeah, it's looking pretty strong. Came down, tested that 29K level a couple times. Continuing further. Personally, would have probably taken the trade off early, regardless the range held. Yeah, that's one of those trades where it's like, you know, if we do come back down, I see a clear path to the downside. If we fail to break above 40 and we can't get above this previous high, I could have totally seen us, you know, ignoring these last 3 5-minute candles. Could have seen us, you know, testing it and continuing lower and putting in new lows on the day. So yeah, new hourly candle, top of the hour, start of the lunch hour. Yeah, you guys got to hit that like button. I agree with the composite operator. If we want to get a giveaway going here, we gotta run those likes up. 120, 130, please. Yep. Yeah, a lot of interest up there. Let's look at NQ here. Sitting at 90 likes. We can do better than that. Got 160 people in here, so run that up. The stream is in it's in Korean, which is super awesome. So for all the Asian session traders out there, while we're sound asleep. At some point, I want to check out the stream. It's just, you know, I got to stay up super late, or I got to wake up in the middle of the night to check it out. Yeah, this looks super, super bullish to me. Could see this thing going a little sideways here as we come into value area high. Break above this level, and then... Why use regular trading hour value area instead of daily value area? So I use a volume profile for the Globex session. So if you look in the back here, you'll see the grayed out volume profile histograms are from the overnight. So that's volume put in overnight and during the regular trading hour session, New York session. The white histogram on top is regular trading hours. I like my biggest... I pay less attention to value area. Mostly use it for context. What I do like to pay attention to is volume point of control. And I find that the regular trading hour volume point of control is more useful in terms of how I trade than the electronic hour or, you know, Globex session volume area point of control. $20 looks like a great buy. I'm already finished for the day. Maybe take a long off of that. Yeah. So 20 does line up with, at least here on my chart. I mean, there's a ton of volume that's been printed here, both in the overnight and during the New York session. And it is that -2 standard deviation. I actually wouldn't mind a buy somewhere around there. Yeah, that's a great call. That's, I mean, basically, my entry model says 20, try to bid 20. I just worry with bidding 20, right? With a 25-point stop, I'm putting myself at risk to, you know, if we do come back down and test 29K, I'll basically be at my stop. So I do like to bid that -2 standard deviation, but I don't like when there's key levels sitting right below it, right? Kind of pulling price into my stop loss. Just got one more scalp and called it halfway on the eval I bought this morning. GG's. Good trading. Good stuff, Mitch. Liam, draw a fib from the recent high to low. Recent low to high. So are we talking all the way back up here, or are we talking somewhere in here before? I have no clue how fibs work. Let's see, let's try it. Are we talking back up to the current level? Like this? Sweaty, is this what you're talking about? Are you talking about... Oh, guess I can't adjust it anymore. Are you saying something like this? See, this is my issue with fibs, is I have no clue where to draw them. Buyers are strong. Yeah. 973 to 29K70. Okay, yeah, so the whole move. Although, right, we're continuing higher, so like, how's that work? Really strong buyers here. In hindsight, I think this was one of the best spots we could have taken longs. Definitely one of the better spots we could have taken along. Wow. A lot of buying coming in. Strong buying. I mean, basically from the -2 down here straight up to the +2. Right. How are likes looking? We above 100 likes yet? $96. We need 4 more to get to 100. Four more to get to 100. Yuri, in hindsight, this is killing me. Liked. There we go. See? Done. Beautiful. Yeah, Baron, that's the question I have, right? So, like, what invalidates a fib? When are we drawing them? I guess maybe you start to draw it when you're looking for the retracement. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it didn't quite come down in tap 20, but still a good look. I mean, so much strength here. A lot of buying coming in. Some in size. Big move up. Anybody, whoever was talking about looking for 130 as their take profit, you're in good shape right now. $200 likes next. I agree. I mean, we got a ton of people in here, so if we can pump that like total up, we will we'll run a giveaway here, but we got some work to do. Smooth Blues. Liam, when did you start trading and why? Started trading a little over 3 years ago. So I've been trading for a while. I'd say with some time off, a couple breaks, I've basically been trading 3 years, so maybe 3.5 years ago I started. Got into it after seeing a bunch of people stream it. Initially, I think Matt was one of the first people I kind of watched a lot of Matt back in the day. And then slowly started to kind of develop my own system. Burke, hello, I'm new here. What strategies do you trade? So I look for pullbacks to the +2 or -2 standard deviation on a linear regression that I plot against the 22-tick range chart. And I look to bid those, and I look to bid that long and offer it short. So really looking to see if I can identify trend and get in a measurable little move farther down. Overnight high incoming. I could see it. Composite. Burke, definitely a little bit different than all the traders. If you're new, you haven't checked out any other streams, ton of us are streaming all day long. You can check out Danny after me. He trades Power Hour. I will be trading through the lunch hour. Matt streams every morning, like he's been for the last 6 years, bright and early, market open. Jaws streams Globex open. There's a Korean trader. She will be trading the Asian session, and you can catch Jamie trading the pre-market in the morning, the tail end of the London session. He's from across the pond, so ton of new faces. We all trade slightly different, interesting perspectives. I can tell you, I've been learning from a couple of guys. You know, sitting in Jaws' stream, I've been looking at some of the order book stuff that he trades. And so, yeah, always a ton to learn. So much buying in here. So much buying in size. What deviation indicator is that? I can pull it up for you. Standard deviation channels. It's in the community indicators on Tradeify. I don't think you can find it on TradingView, but they're similar concepts where you can plot linear regressions. There's also linear regression tools in Tradeify and on TradingView that you can use. Yeah, Burke, I think, you know, with trading, at least the way I view it, is there's always something new to learn, right? So you're constantly adapting. Markets are changing. Regimes are changing, right? You know, first it's the AI trade, then it's tariffs, then it's the Iran war, then it's oil shocks. Now we're back to looking at inflation data and worrying about rate cuts. So it's like, you know, the market's constantly evolving, so why not evolve the way you trade too, right? I can't see you show us where to buy or sell. You don't put the signals. Well, you shouldn't be copying me regardless. And there is a delay, so if you try to copy me, you'll probably get wrecked. Nightbot, I think, spams that all the time. And that's not why we're here. Not here to give out signals. But when I do take trades, you guys can see it. We talk through it in live time. And I explain, you know, what I'm thinking. Talk to you guys. Yeah, definitely not what these streams are for. Definitely not. Gotcha, Sweaty. So you wait for that reversal, and then once you see the reversal, you draw your fib, look for the, and then look to reclaim in that golden zone. At either the, what, 68.1, 50, or, whatever the other one is, 70-something. Yeah, listen to what Ryan said. Put in the time. That being said, if you want to hang out and ask questions and bounce ideas off of any of us, we're more than happy to. That's the cool thing about this. We all got to figure it out on our own, but nice community of people to talk it through with. Bounce ideas off each other. Gotcha, Sweaty. Yeah, no, Yuri, I mean, that's how I used... I for the longest time, while trading, tossed Matt's stream on in the background. And it gives you something to do. It gives you, you know, stimulates your brain a little bit while you're staring at candlesticks and numbers flashing on a chart. The majority of the time trading, at least for me, is spent not trading, right? So I sit here for 4 or 5 hours and, you know, only maybe 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes of that, at most, is spent in a trade. The majority of that's spent just sitting here looking for places to get in, looking for entries. At least for me, I tend to be on the more patient side, a little less aggressive. But, you know, it's always nice to throw something up in the background and hang out and chat and keep yourself occupied. But, nah, they're front running that 120. What, 2 ticks off of 120 here? Where are you long from looking for that 120? That's a great trade. I think it comes up here and taps it for you. First time here. How do you manage to trade intraday stuff? If you are trading intraday accounts, I think, and at least the way I like to look at it, is I generally scale down my size and trail pretty aggressively. Or at least if I'm trading in my full size, I'll trail aggressively. If I, you know, drop my size, I'll trade a little less aggressively. But I definitely trail especially when you're in the money. Because, I mean, I'm trading end of day accounts, but say this was an intraday trailing drawdown account, right? We were up $400 and came all the way back down and stopped this break even here. You know, in hindsight, awesome trade still. Love the positioning. Don't mind the break even. Break even's break even, but if I was in an intraday account and I wasn't trailing this, you know, that's $400 in drawdown that I would have just taken. Where can you find VIP streaming or VIP courses? Can't find any of that here. No signals, no VIP course, none of that. If you guys want to hang out in the Discord, a ton of us, just like-minded people, talking trading, showing off our trades, laughing at each other's losers, hanging out. Take a look in the description. Discord's down there. It is free. Or just go to tbm.gg/discord. It's on the screen down below my face. Long from 986. Yeah, great trade. Great trade. I wish I was long from that 990 level still. Sweaty, you're an idiot. Liam, if you trade a take profit trader account, which one do you personally prefer? So I have never traded a take profit trader account, so let's take a look. I'll tell you, we can go in there, take a look together. So, once again, check out tbm.gg. If you guys have any questions, it's in the description. So just go down to the description, check it out. So let's look. Let's look together. There we go. So, intraday drawdown, right? Got to take base hits. So that's kind of Matt's perspective on it. So, no daily loss limit or funded consistency rule, right? So that's huge. Daily payout requests after clearing the buffer in pro accounts. So, let's take a look together. Let's take a look at the different accounts. All right, so I typically stick to 50Ks. So no daily loss limit's cool. Okay, so you can trade end of day. I mean, I would probably treat it similar to the way I'm trading these Apex accounts. I mean, definitely would be a little tighter with stops. Trade for a minimum of 5 trading days. Most profitable day cannot be more than 50% of your total. So, yeah, not looking for any home runs. Once you're in pro, you got to trail it tight. Yeah, once you get that drawdown, I mean, but the benefit is, right, you get daily payouts, so. Pro Plus, upgrading, you'll enjoy end of day drawdown. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm very interested. I'm gonna do some more looking into that, and I think I'm gonna grab a couple accounts and we will trade some of those together. Just because I still want to branch out. Yeah, when you're funded. Yep. Yeah, composite. I mean, the best thing you can do, right, before you hop in there, before you trade, just do your research. I preach that. A lot of people will hop on a free account without totally digging into the FAQ or looking into the exactly what's going on. Yeah, true. Some people do need more drawdown that you might not necessarily get on the 25K accounts. All right, how are likes looking? Trade Apex, Lucid, and a cash account. Yeah, so I trade Apex. We just started trading Tradeify. Loving the Tradeify account. That's been fun. So trading a Tradeify Lightning funded account and Apex, and then I also have a personal account that I do trade from time to time. Although I do not trade that daily. Sweaty, I found the secret sauce. 110. We're at 110 likes. Yeah, of course, composite. 25K pros, trade it tight until you hit 2K. And draw down, so you pretty much have a 50K account. There you go. Yeah, that's the cool thing about these props, right? And I think that's the cool thing with branching out into some of these other props. Is there's a ton of different ways you can go about it, different strategies you can use in terms of how you treat that prop. Different ways of incorporating, each and every one of the props, different accounts, different types of funded accounts, straight to funding with the Lightning accounts on Tradeify, copy trading on Apex. So, you can do a ton. Can definitely find different ways on all of the props to trade them. Yeah, that's what I did after trading, after normally trading 50, Sweaty. Yeah, there you go. So maybe he did find the secret sauce. Everyone's agreeing with him. Maybe that's what I'll do if I grab a couple take profit trader accounts and trade those. Maybe we'll try some 25Ks. We'll try to trade them up to 2K and draw down, and then treat them like 50Ks. Yeah, no reason to build giant buffers. Yeah. All right. Ryan's hella smart. You know what? I agree. And that's not just because he hangs out all day and chats and keeps me company. Still haven't hit 130 or 120. That's crazy. That's crazy. So if I was long from way down here still, and I was getting, if I was a couple ticks away, I might start trailing. I would personally probably move a trailing stop up to somewhere like 29.085. But, I don't know. Once you start getting into these super extended moves, it's like, okay, now I can see an argument for being a dick for a tick, right? We're like 100 up. Ryan, well, appreciate it, bro. Yeah, these streams have been cool. I've been loving it. Resistance right at the 100% fib. Say it ain't so, Sweaty. Always resistance at the 100% fib. Yeah, that's my favorite fib level. The 0 and the 100. Strong move higher here. I mean, I could see us coming back down a little bit. We did put in a nice chunk of volume up here. Good chunk of volume got traded at 29,100. I think that was from earlier. I think that's part of what accelerated this move to the downside. But good chunk of selling. Yeah. Coming down all the way to value area high. Breaking through value area high on the true NQ. Some sizable selling coming in. Look for a way to get long up here, maybe. Although we are sitting kind of just off the 50% of this this daily range. Still squarely within initial balance. Trying to break out of value, but draw a fib from IBH to the day's low. So basically, the entire move to the downside here. I'll adjust this. Fib level. Fib level. Fib level. Fib level. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to hop in stream like tomorrow, and there's going to be like 400 different fibs up on my charts. Slowly being propagandized into being a fib trader. It worked. It worked the other week. I think I took 75 points off of one of the sweaty levels during Jaws' stream. Hashtag make fibs great again. Alright, how's that like total looking? $113? Alright, this may be ambitious. May be ambitious, but... $150 likes. 150 likes before 1 o'clock Eastern, so we got 30 minutes here. And we'll run a giveaway. There's 170 people in here, so I see no reason why we can't get to that. I want to try to bid this thing. It's just, you know, plenty of room lower here. Especially coming back into volume worries me a little bit. The 50, 29.050 could be an interesting spot. Break and retest, wick test, and fibs. All you took, up $700 on the day. GG's. How to jump on call. How's the session going, Liam? Mildly frustrating. We hopped in a... So we're basically break even on the day. Took a loser in the morning. Break even trade to follow it up. Small winner. Got stopped out on a small winner. Trailing our stop. Basically to get back to even. Up 17 bucks on the day. And then down here, we got long off this -2 standard deviation. Only took 4 points of heat. And ended up... We were looking for this 40 level, trading, looking for 50 points, and we got 45 points out of it. Came back down, stopped us break even. And then the moment it stopped us break even, came down, didn't even get to where our stop would have been at, let's see, we entered at 90. Our stop would have been 65. Didn't even get to our stop, and then continued ripping, and this is where we're at now. So mildly frustrating, but still a good day. Keeping the accounts alive. Yeah, true, Yuri. Little bit of sell volume being printed up here. I mean, coming in small size and some larger size stuff. This came in, what, 25? So this was like back here. So, yeah, some sell volume up here towards 100. Kind of rejecting off the 100 level. Broke above, and now we're coming back down. 30 to 40 for longs. Do we draw the meme line? Meme line says 50. Good bit of volume conducted down here at 52. Yeah, staying alive is the most important thing. Like I keep saying over and over and over and over, the majority of your time as a trader will be spent not trading, right? So working on that side of things is definitely important too. More sell volume coming in size. 17, 13, 24, 21 being printed. Kind of right here at value area high as we break below it. Although that's probably not value area high on the NQ. Yeah, we're well below value area high. More selling coming in. Right here, ones, twos. Liked. There we go. Up to 125. We're getting there. We're trying. Strong move down from 101 all the way down now into 60. I have 20 Apex, 5 Tradeify, and 5 Lucid accounts. All of them $6 from payout. $600, the hardest $600 to make. Yeah, that's a that's a very real thing as you close in. You know, hesitating on those entries and hesitating on, you know, not wanting to risk too much or playing it too tight. Kind of reminds me of, you know, the issue Danny's been bumping into, right? So he'll trade the morning sessions. And, you know, if he's up $600 or $800 in profit, by the time it comes around to his stream, you know, he's in this weird spot where he doesn't want to give any of that back, so he has to play it super tight. But he's been finding a nice balance between, you know, playing it tight, trying not to give it all back, but also, you know, when he does manage to grab a winner, taking good profit and getting nice trades on the table. A lot of sell volume came in here. I agree, you got it. Confidence. Whatever you did to get there, just don't change it. More sell volume being printed. Wow. I'm sure Delta's dumping a little bit here. What's the benefit of using code TBM? Code TBM will get you the best deal on any of these props. Always. So, if you want the best deal on either Lucid or Apex or Take Profit Trader, Tradeify, code TBM will get you the best discount on any of these sites. So right now, these are the discounts you'll get. And you're showing some love to the stream. So if you head down into the description Click on tbm.gg. You can follow any of those links and use code TBM. Also, code TBM has a nice ring to it, right? TBM. Higher pass rate with code TBM. Not sure about that. Oh, 20. Interesting. Yeah, I could see, feels a bit like catching a falling knife here. If you take away any value from the time and effort Matt and all the streamers are putting into these streams, then use code TBM. Couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself. How are we looking on likes? I really want to see you guys get this thing above 150. I want to run a giveaway today. Interesting. So, button right up against what would be this meme line here. I said we got to get to 100 and then I'll consider it. And then took us about 2 hours to get to 120. So I just set it 150, final number 150, and we'll run a giveaway. We got 175 people in here. I can't say 100 likes, right? It's too easy. Got to make you work a little bit. Fine. We're not that far off. We got plenty of time in the stream. If I was being mean, I'd set it at 200. But we'll go 150. Matt had his target at like 420 this morning, so 150, that's basically a free giveaway. Exactly. All right, let's see. 29,050. Interesting spot. Still selling in size. Huh. I don't like that the standard deviation channel is flipped negative here. Trying to hold to 50%, yeah. Of the daily range, essentially, or I guess of this initial move. Oh, 40, yeah. Valid scalp to the upside, yeah. And if you hopped in here, you're good for 20 points, 10 points, 20 points. Yeah. Yeah, we were looking at the 50s originally. Interesting spot. Let's see what this candle does. Could be a... Bounced at ES VWAP. Let's take a look at ES. Oh, yeah. Came down to ES VWAP. ES point of control. Bounced well. 25 points. Quick and easy. Yep. Let's see. Finally, some buyers stepping in. What up? What's going on, Jazz? How's work? Okay. Okay, well. All right. Interesting. Okay. Something happened. Tape looked insane. Jaws did that. He opted in short. Alright, well that must have been some kind of news. We squeezed so much lower. Got slipped for 50 points? No shot. Did anybody pay for the Trump API and get that Truth Social post early? What'd he say? Anybody pay 100K for that early info there? Because if so, you could have gotten 100 points out of it. Every time. Fun way to keep the day going there. Let me look it up. It had been quiet for a couple days. No diabolical Trump tweets. See, this is why we need to buy the Truth Social API. We need to get in early. We could have made money on that move if we all stuck together there. Every time Iran kills an American soldier, they will pay for that killing many times over. This directive has been passed on to the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, blah, 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 blah. Iran threats. Yep. I'll tell you what, though, it's been interesting to watch the way markets have absorbed or have learned to absorb his tweets and you know his interviews over the last couple months, right? Like, if he had said that 3 months ago, we'd be 500 points lower, looking like we're gonna hit a circuit breaker, right? Today he says something like that. You know, we wick down 100 points. Markets go, we kind of shrug it off. That used to be a 500 pointer right there. I'd be zooming out looking at, you know, 28,200 right now. So, it's been interesting to see how we kind of digest some of that stuff. Yeah, not sustained moves anymore. They adjusted the algos, that's all. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. Still a lot of red coming in. I mean, red in size during that tweet, and still some red coming in here. I wonder if we just chase low of day after that. I wonder if that shakes this up a little bit. Anything interesting happen to oil there? Did we catch some legs in oil? We break back above? Nothing nuts in crude. Still sitting basically at Friday's close. I mean, almost directly at Friday's close. Pinned to 82.5. Last night opened quite elevated, like 85. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, that's probably why you don't have a sustained move right there, right? Oil said, eh. Still some selling. Was this all? Yeah, that's all in the last candle. Used to be a crude trader when I went to 0 years ago. Good times. I mean, well, it went to negative, right? We went to like, it went below 0. If you're into documentaries, there's a really cool documentary and also a book, I forget the name, about a small firm in somewhere in the UK, I think. When it traded to 0, they basically wrote it all the way down. They wrote it down short. There's tons of YouTube videos on it. Really cool story, but they made a fortune. And then they got investigated and blah, 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 blah. But a really small firm, a group of guys, basically. Like a little family office, made a ton of money when that thing went down into the negatives. Okay, basing a little bit here. Nothing like a Trump tweet to shake up the day. Catching some legs. Yeah, minus $45 is the cost of carry for oil. Yeah, nuts. Fuel arbitrage back when that was happening. Yeah. Yeah, there's a book. It's actually over there. It's called interesting book. It's on commodities. I read that earlier this year. It's called The World for Sale. Talks about different commodities traders doing like fuel arbitrage. So people physically going into different parts of the world and buying crude and bringing in processed fuel and kind of arbitraging based on, you know, based on the ability to produce oil in different places of the world. Really cool read. I'm definitely not explaining it to the best of my ability, but airlines do it a lot. Airlines do a ton of, I mean, if you wanna like, you know, at the root of these instruments, who are these instruments created for? Derivatives are created for companies like airlines to kind of remove some future risk on the cost of an on something like fuel. You know, airlines are constantly using oil futures to hedge against, you know, spikes in the cost of jet fuel, stuff like that. You know, farmers can hedge against different price movement in soybeans with, you know, swaps and futures and all that good stuff. So at the root of it, that's what these instruments that we're trading are created for. So yeah, Texas, I agree. Lean hogs is goated. Has anybody here actually traded lean hogs? I know when I started trading, I definitely spent a little bit of time trading, trying to trade everything different. Definitely got wrecked doing so, but has anybody actually traded lean hogs? Pork belly or whatever it is? Any chance, Liam, you could get P&L on the screen, or am I missing it? It is not on the screen. I'm up 17 bucks on the day across 5 accounts, so break even. So nothing crazy. I can recap the trades we took though, if you'd like, Trevor. Took a small loser in the morning, my usual minus 250 bucks, a break even. Got stopped out looking for 50 points a little later on, trailing that. That put us up to like 17 bucks up, 18 bucks up on the day. And then took a really good entry in here. Got long here, only took 4 points of heat. Was looking for this 29,040 level. Came up, got 45 points instead of the 50 points we were looking for. Came on back down, stopped us break even, so. Ryan. Wild. Yeah, you know, kind of unfortunate. I mean, it was the right trade. Just a bit choppy and a bit whippy. Happy to protect myself here with break even. It would not have come down and hit our stop loss, so, you know. take a good entry. If it stops you break even, it stops you break even. In hindsight, maybe I was being looking for a little too much continuation in here with some of this chop we'd gotten before, but I mean, looked for our measured pullback on the -2, got it, took it, would have played out. Break even is oftentimes a win too, so. Right. Interesting spot. Trump tweet really spice things up a little bit. Yep. Exactly, Trevor. Pros and cons to it. Alright, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, and then I'll hop back on here and we'll look for some entries here. Alright. Oh. Looks like it's heating up here a little bit. Ton of sell orders coming in. With size too. 112 here on market. 58. So decent selling. Yeah, this thing might rotate back down to low of day. Interesting, 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 interesting. Right. I mean, maybe we look for a way to get short. I doubt we're going to come back up to that +2 standard deviation, so 29K might be an interesting. Lots of selling in that candle. Yeah, a ton of it. And selling in size too, right? Like if you look back at the smaller, looks like the majority of the buying was in small size here. And all the selling came in pretty hot. There's some selling in small size. Yeah, a lot of selling. Sure, Delta moved quite a bit there. Top of the hour, not crazy as usual. Not crazy unusual. Yeah, that is true. Especially post-tweet, like, you know, digesting some of that news and trying to pick a new direction for the remainder of the day. Might be interested in taking a little retest of 29K. I'm curious if we defend it again. Oh, well, looks like it's just going to go without us. Are we bumping into NQ VWAP? Yeah, we are. Down to NQ VWAP. What about ES? Probably ran through, yeah, ran clean through VWAP here. Just broke it and... kept it pushing. Ideally, I'd want to get short here somehow. Some way, somehow. It's just, you know... ES on the way to IBL. Let's look. Where was IBL? Oh, yeah. Sitting down at 75.05. Yeah, could be coming down to that. Interesting spot. No real response out of buyers either. Nothing huge, anyway. Interesting. How do we get short here? How do we get short? Retest of 29K could be interesting. 29.20. Kind of interested in that. Aligns with that +2 standard deviation. But I feel like that's so out of reach. I think we might just continue to dump here. And honestly, that's what I would want in terms of a move lower anyway. I'd want to see some continued selling, so... interesting spot for sure. Yeah, failed retest. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Maybe we give ourselves some wiggle room here. So maybe we size down a bit and look for a play back into IBL. Give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room. Although, I mean, we would have up until like 25. Bottom of this. I think we can probably keep that on with our regular risk here. Try to offer 29K. Give ourselves 25 points. Could see it. Slowly starting to align with that +2 standard deviation as it comes down as we print some more volume in down here. So could see us coming up, scratching that and falling lower. Gonna leave that on for the time being, nothing crazy. We're still up 200 points on the day, including the overnight. Down on the session, but including the overnight, up 200 points, 0.7%, so nothing crazy. I think what I'm going to do is pull this a little higher, just like we did earlier, give ourselves a little bit more room, because that +2 is sitting above 29K. And we've been kind of, you know, pushing down through it, so see if I can catch a bid just above 29K, or catch an offer just above 29K, and then ride it lower, back down into 60, basically. Could be basing here, so it's a bit spooky. I bet you if I tossed a fib on here, Sweaty would have some info for us. Let's see. How's this work? We go bottom to top because it was a move up. The Sweaty tech. Yeah, Jaws, we've been experimenting. Bounced off the 61.8 again. Yep. To the tick. All right, so it came up and tested. Looks like it was a tick short. Tick short of 29K. Yep. One tick short of 29K. Oof. And do we just continue lower here off of that? I was on MNQ. Did it touch on NQ? Let's see. Nope, tick short. Tick short on NQ as well. Front ran it. One tick. And we're dumping. Some buy volume came in. Nothing crazy in terms of new size and sell volume. Just a lot of small size selling. Chipping away at Delta here. Interesting. Anybody catch this short? Around 29K? You'd have had to front run it a little bit, but it would have been a nice spot. Did you actually get in at 99? That's nuts. Took half off at 60. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna take those orders off because no way that gets filled. '80s might be interesting. One micro short. Hey. Good trade location though. That would have been a good spot to play it back down into IBL for sure. Trying to close below VWAP here on NQ. ES still below VWAP by a bit, I'm assuming. Yeah. A little bit of buying coming in. True, Ryan. Interesting. I mean, I think this thing just falls lower. 29.40 to 80. Having a poor day until then. Was hoping to get 100 points and pass the eval. I mean, 60 points is 60 points. It's some nice follow through. Interesting. It just looks heavy, right? I don't know. At least to me it does. If this breaks, I want to see 920. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for initial balance low here, so... $920, 900, 905, 910, somewhere in that area. I think it's pretty I think it's pretty probable that we come down and tap these levels. I think it's pretty likely. Yeah. 930s from here. Huh. Yeah, breaking a little lower here. Catching legs. How do we get in short without being too aggressive here? Maybe the 80s? In the first minute of this candle still. Almost 2 minutes into this candle. I would have wanted to see 80 early on in this candle and then continue to print lower. Because once again, if we, if we toss our short in around 80s, that puts 29K into play in terms of right around where our stop loss would be set. Although the -2 or the +2 is trending downwards towards that 80 level. Down into 28,950, defending it a little bit. Interesting. Top of the hour too, so I expect us to get going here a little bit post lunch hour. Interesting. Yeah. Alright, picking up a little here towards the close of the candle. Minute and a half left. Candle close. Might be interested in the 80 sell. All for that. We'll leave that on for now, but ready to pull it if I'm not liking it. Interesting close. A little spooky. Alright, we got 20 seconds left in this candle. I'm actually going to pull this off just because... Don't like the reaction we're getting on this, basically off of, like, the 40s. 28,940 down there, kind of catching legs, and... we shall see. I mean, 80... does align. Try 85 maybe off of VWAP. Gives us a little bit more wiggle room. We might not even test it. Sorry to ask again, what'd you say the right chart was? Nah, ask away. Chart over here is it's actually a range chart, 22 range. So it is a 22 tick range chart, meaning all of the candles are the exact same size, so each of these candles is 22 ticks worth of price movement. Dumping. Dumped off that one standard deviation. Chat, have any of you guys seen, no spoilers, no spoilers, has anybody seen The Odyssey? Anybody into that kind of thing? Has anybody seen it yet? JPM, how was it? You like it? Bradley, no. And what format did you see it in? Not to be that snob, but it's brilliant. All right, cool. It's the worst movie of all time. Saw it in 70mm. I will be driving an hour and a half later this week to see it in 70mm as well. True 70mm. Really excited about it. Yeah, Yuri, I think people either loved it or hated it. Going tomorrow. Nice. Oh, we're dumping. Right. How do we get short here? Watched Project Hail Mary last night. It's a good movie. I agree. Love Project Hail Mary. Saw that on the I think it was the Thursday, the early release, actually, when it came out. Great movie. Shorts at the 950s too. Yeah, I'm eyeing shorts here. I just don't know how to get in. I mean, this wick was kind of nasty. Closed green and just continue to dump. A little indecisive here, but I do think IBL's... well, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, movie was getting a ton of hate before it came out, but for the most part, everybody that I've asked, I had a couple buddies that already saw it, said it was really, really good. So, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Seems like it's 50-50. Either people loved it or they hated it. But post-launch, everybody that's actually seen it is telling me they've really enjoyed it. Alright, pushing down into IBL here. 30, 20, like 20 points to go. Put it this way. I was waiting for a few minutes of downtime in the movie to grab some popcorn. Didn't end up leaving your seat. Yeah, and that's a long movie too. It's like 2 hours, 56 minutes, 52 minutes, something like that. Almost 3 hours, right? Gonna go ahead and offer 50. I doubt we get filled, but in the off chance we come up, tap it. Yeah, we're gonna. Looks like we're gonna move to IB first. I was gonna say, in the off chance we come up, tap it, and pull. Ooh, we're in NQ. Pull back. Didn't quite reach IBL. 9, 10. Front ran it a little bit. Classic no wick. What time frame is the left side chart? This is just the 5 minute. I place all my entries in the 5-minute. Primarily watch the 5-minute. Look at the 22 tick range chart on the right for trying to size pullbacks and stuff when we're in trend, using different standard deviations off of a linear regression. Yeah, it's been all red since that Trump tweet here at 12:40. A little bit of buying stepped in, but no convicted buy, no buying with conviction since. Only 140 points up since market open now. That being last night, Sunday night. Hmm. 50 is an interesting spot. I still do like the yeah, wick test could be in play here. I do like the idea of, I think I'm going to offer like 55. Gives us plenty of room on our stop here. Don't know if we get filled, but it is that +2 standard deviation, kind of right above. Give ourselves a little bit of room with VWAP and all that good stuff. Where's NQ's VWAP at? A lot of room for NQ VWAP, so let's see here. Didn't quite get IB. 50s would have been filled. Not quite up to 55. Still got 2 minutes in this candle, so would love to see us fill this and then see a nice strong reaction back down and put in a wick at the top of this candle here. All right, filled. Little surge in buying. Let's see here. Want to see a reaction in this candle. So we got a minute left here in this candle. Want to see us fall back down to like 40 here. 45 would be nice. All right, doing what we wanted. Just want to see it close down here. Want to see a bit more. All right. Front ran that a little bit. Might be bouncing. Let's see. Yeah, Lyric, that's what I'm looking for. A sweep of IBL. Just push lower. We shall see here. Considering a pretty early move to break even, like if we get down here into the 40s, I do not want to see us wick back up and continue higher, so I will move this thing break even pretty quickly here. I want to see us break below this +1 standard deviation here, so kind of bounced right off the top here. Let's see. Yeah, this is that's what I feared a little bit, that reaction. Get ready. I'm not going to drop it just yet, but get ready to move it break even. No. Not yet. We'll let it ride. Liam, when do you move to break even? What's the ruling on it? Typically I move to break even pretty, I'll move to break even pretty tight. Like, you know, what I was looking for here is a bit of a wick and then kind of continuing lower, right? What I didn't want to see is us putting a wick lower and continue higher. So that kind of was what I was thinking there with maybe moving to break even a little early. In general, you know, I'm fine to move to break even. What I typically look for is if I'm targeting 50 points of price in terms of my take profit, I'll look for us to close below the midway point. So if we get 12 and a half targeting 25 points, or if we get 25 targeting 50 points, this thing looks like it's going to come up and stop us out here. Probably moving up towards NQ, VWAP. Yep. So pull on that VWAP and the NQ. Basically exactly what I didn't want. I didn't want to see us base out here, put in a lower wick, and then continue higher. Typically, Trevor, it's a close. Typically, in terms of this, it's a close. I want to close below 50% of my take profit, and then I'll go ahead and move to break even. Still 3 minutes left in this candle, so we shall see. I mean, ATR is 50, so based on, you know, where we started this candle, down at 42, 80 is very much in range here. $28,980 might have been the better entry, actually. Seller's trying to defend here. It's in small size. A decently sized order coming in here, 33. Considering bailing on the trade, but just kind of hanging around here. Last minute of this candle, so we shall see. Looking pretty bad here. A good strong red close would be very much appreciated here. Still 20 seconds left though, so could very well close up around 70. ES took the low, then bounced. Yeah. Let's take a look. Yeah, ES swept the low, now closing back above. Well, back down to my entry. If the chart would load, that'd be nice. Let's refresh that. This is fun. This is awesome. Love that. Chart not loading on MNQ? Oh, it shot us left. Okay, I thought I was going crazy. I was like, what? Wild. Yeah, Lyric, I was like, what happened? We were looking like 3 hours ago somehow. I think when I refreshed. Or moved over to ES. Would love to see this thing just roll over and continue lower. And keep putting in lows on the ES and find these lows in the NQ here. How many NQ contracts do I normally trade? If I am trading MNQ, it's generally 5 per account. If I'm trading NQ, it's just 1. Always 1 mini, 5 micros, half size. Not what I want to see here. This is pretty decent structure for like a nice little V-shaped bounce here. It's trying, it's just not getting there. Sellers coming in. Or we roll over. Let's see. There is something to be said about spending too much time in a trade, right? Like, if it's not playing out, it's not doing what you want it to do. Sometimes it's worth bailing on it. So if we get in the money, I'm going to move to break even very quickly, just because I'm no longer interested in sitting in this trade for too long here. I want to see sellers really step up. There they go. All right, so some selling coming in. That's what we wanted. Just because I'm not loving this, I might tighten up my risk here, move it to the top of these candles. Been sitting in this for quite a while here. We're like 12 minutes into this trade or something like that, so not quite. We're like probably like 9 minutes into this trade, actually. Gonna tighten up my risk here. Bring stop loss in a little bit. Thinking a little bit like Yuri, right? Dynamic stops. Never want to widen my stop, but I'm okay with taking some risk off the table based on what we're seeing up here. No real follow-through. All these sellers being absorbed down here. Buying in small size coming in. Can't really break through this 45 level. Got 45 seconds left in this candle. Yeah, definitely a fight down here. Ah. Alright, new candle prints in 8 seconds. Not loving it. Definitely fighting, putting in a lot of volume. A lot of volume here. Not loving this. Want to see selling start to accelerate here. Feels like it wants to roll over, but it's also catching legs. I mean, we're compressing here, right? We can't make a higher high or a lower low. We're really just compressing as we go sideways. Gearing up to make a move here. Yeah, whichever way it goes, I think it'll be strong. Considering just moving to break even, worst case, we're out of this trade. Haven't dropped it yet. Selling coming in with size, so I like that. It's just getting absorbed, right? So we're seeing some large sell orders here, 61, but it's just all getting absorbed. So I'm going to hold on to this for a minute here, just because some selling did start coming in. Snatched up by buyers. More selling. A lot of selling in ones and twos and threes. Small size selling coming in. This guy's FOMO and even having a plan to trade. Damn. Well, we took an entry based on our trade plan. We've just been in it long enough, so we're sitting here considering getting out early. We did tighten our risk too. Managing the trade now. We've just been in it for like 15 minutes, so. How long have you been profitable? Took me, so I've been trading for like 3 years. Took me like a year before I really found any sustained, took any sustainable payouts. Might come up and stop us here. Yeah, just going sideways, really compressing here. Creating that triangle. Whichever way it goes, it'll definitely pop. How much in payouts have I gotten? A good chunk. We're not gonna dive too deep into that, but a good chunk. Prop firms have been good to me. Man, this thing's just going sideways, huh? Appreciate you, Bradley. Yeah, right. Yeah, let me get that out. I'll put that up on screen for you guys. What was our original risk? 80? Yeah, so tightened it up a little bit. Might get a bit of a squeeze higher and then go lower. I don't know. No follow through. Absolutely no follow through here. 1 minute left on this candle. Well, 10 seconds left on this candle. I'm not enjoying this, so taking this off. We're just going sideways. We very well might dump now. Call that a time stop. Call that a time stop. We've been sitting here basically barcoding since my entry. If I'm looking for a, you know, a pullback, if I'm looking for a pullback and then continuation, this is not what I want to see. This, whatever this is, not what I want to see. So, hey, I can get out. I can get out. Yeah, brutal price action. Happy with how I managed it here. But, yeah. Kind of a time stop for myself. Whatever the heck this is, not interested. So, no harm, no foul. I also didn't like seeing all this selling come in and seeing this selling just getting absorbed. Right? So we're trying to sell this thing back down, but buyers are just eating it up, not totally affecting price. We very well may, you know, drop 600 points after this, but not worth my time. Not worth the cortisol. Triple doji the second you can get into a trade. Looks like me. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know. Again, you know, especially with the entries I'm taking, right? Here it goes. Here we dump now. Does it do it? Enjoy dinner, Yuri. Yeah, I had to take that off. It was just, we were spending way too much time going sideways. Literal barcode. I agree. Looks like you know when people get like a link to a Spotify song tattooed on their arm, and you can scan it, it'll pop up. Looks like one of those. Gross. I mean, it feels like it wants to roll over. We're printing negative delta. It's just all getting absorbed. I mean, look at this. There's so much absorbed price. Anything in black on the time and sales is an order coming in and not a moving price. So tons of orders coming in, just not affecting price. Really just kind of a battle here between buyers and sellers. Happy to be out of that trade. Jodo, it does. It looks like it looks like a Spotify code. I bet you if I pulled my phone up and scanned this with Spotify, something would come up. Whatever this is, it's not fun. Feel like this price action happens often after a Trump tweet. Market takes a good 5 to 10 minute after Trump news, and then it'll range for a good bit. Yeah, I mean, it's like that when digesting any news, right? So you get the initial spike, you get a reaction, people trying to figure out where they want to take it, and then yeah. Todd Lewis, new trading strategy, the Spotify code trade. Yep. Just scanned it and it says Trump's about to tweet. Well, if Trump's about to tweet, I should have kept the short open, but yeah, this is actually really happy with the way I managed this trade because I can quite often, once I take an entry, kind of lock myself in. Hey, I'm going to take it long, I'm going to take it short. Again, looking for measured pullbacks, right? Getting an entry off of, it'll be way back here. But, let's see, where was my entry? Probably like... What time did we get in here? 15? So we got in somewhere like here. No, a little earlier. Like here. No? What time was this candle? This is the 115 candle. So we got in somewhere around here. We've been doing this since. You were short during his tweet. Such a coin flip. Yeah. Looks like we might get some continuation. We finally got a directional close with one of these candles. But again, like, right, some of the selling's coming in, getting absorbed. So, happy I took that off. Limited risk. Good trade management, I think, all things considered. Now it'll go, but, you know, live to see another day. Don't have to sit here and destroy my mental capital. All right, do me a favor, guys. We have 20 minutes left in stream. Toss a like on there while you're here. We got Danny Dimes coming up next. If you guys want to check out the schedule or find any information when it comes to the props we are trading, check out tbm.gg. Also in the description of the stream. Let me pull up the streaming schedule. Can you extreme what absorption is again, please? Yeah, I'll explain that in a sec here. So every morning, catch me 10 a.m. Central. I am followed up. Danny comes on 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Eastern. So he's here 20 minutes. He'll be trading Power Hour, trade the lunch session. Jaws, Sunday through Thursday, trades the Globex Open. I've been hanging out with him. Awesome streams. Real entertaining, cool stuff. Then you can catch Jamie bright and early. And there's also a new addition to this list, trading the Asian session. So, yeah, make sure you hop in. And then Matt every day. Same as usual. Start of the New York session, bright and early, 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern. So, stick around. Say what's up to him. So when I keep referring to this as kind of absorbing, what I'm looking for on the time and sales is I'm breaking my time and sales into two different sizes. I'm filtering anything above 1, so basically every order that comes into the stream, and then down here I'm looking at orders of 10 or greater. So if you take a look at any of these black orders versus the red, anything red is something coming in on the offer. Is essentially a sale at market. Green is essentially a buy at market. But if you look at the red versus the black, or the green versus the black, these are orders that are not affecting the bid and the ask. So essentially what this is saying is 61 orders came onto the market on the sell side, but did not affect the bid or the ask. So essentially those sell orders are getting absorbed by buying in smaller size. Wow. Take it off, boom, dumps. What is age or next to size? Where are we looking? Accounts. Oh, wow, we're dumping. Yeah, so we really compressed here and caught all these sellers. Selling, coming in with size, yep. And not getting absorbed now. I mean, it's only 10s, but... yeah, it's accounts. It has to do with how many accounts it's spread across. Or what accounts it's on. Kind of irrelevant. What I'm looking at is time, price, and size. And then trying to differentiate whether it's coming in large size or small size, depending on the filters I have on the two different time and sales. Let's see, did that come right down and tap? That would have... oof, would have missed our take profit by a tick, I think. Where were we short from? No, we would have hit it. We were short from... we would have taken it at 05. That right there is the story of my life today, huh? Up $18 across 5 accounts. 18 on each. So finally came back down into IBL. 150. Did we get 150 likes? Right at the end of the session, huh? Let's see here. All right, well, I promised a giveaway at 150 likes. Let me double check something real quick, and then we'll see if we can run that for you. All right. Nasty rejection off of initial balance. Anybody take IBL or anybody take initial balance low long? Because that might have been the play there. We'll see. All right, how many people do we have in here? All right, 140 in here. All right, we will We will run a giveaway if I get one started here, but you got to promise me you guys... Yeah, it took the long. Nice base hit. There you go. You got to promise me you guys move over to Danny's stream in 15 minutes here when he goes live, all right? Let's see. See if we can get this going for you. All right. Apex in the YouTube chat. I promised you one at 150. You guys got there last minute. Let's see. Yep. Cool. Although we gotta do better than 11 people in here. So, Apex in the YouTube chat. I want to see us get to 100 entries minimum. 100 entries minimum. $50 ain't enough. We gotta run that. We gotta run this up. We gotta run this number higher. We'll close it at 100. It's pretty ambitious, but I think we got that. 150 you in here? Apex in the YouTube chat. We can do better than 54 entries. It's free. Come on. Wow, massive reaction. Ooh, massive reaction off of that. Sorry. Massive reaction off of IBL here. Alright, keep them coming. 66 entries. Peter. Yeah, Nightbot's having a stroke here, but it's okay. Putting him to work. He is spitting the truth though. Use code TBM. Best discount on any of these props. Make sure you're using code TBM. Only 74? Did not miss the giveaway. This thing's still bidding off of IBL. Strong move up. Alright, we're getting there. We're moving in the right direction. 78. We can do better than that, though. Can do way better than that. Running out of time here, guys. Alright. There we go. There we go. A couple more in. Getting there. We're getting there. All right. Before we run it, for anybody that is new to this, when we close the entries and we run it, if you win, go to the link on the screen, grab that code, drop it in the YouTube chat. When you drop that in the YouTube chat, on the other tab that you just opened, you will be given your code. So you have 2 minutes to do so. So make sure you go ahead and do that. All right, we'll run it at 85. I'm disappointed. I wanted at least 100. All right. We're closed. Ooh, somebody snuck in there last second. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh. Hey, look at that. You've been hanging out here all day. Thought you missed it. All right. Make sure you go to the site on screen, grab that code, drop it into chat, and go back over to the tab. That's where your code is. 2 minutes. Got a minute 30 left. Yeah, the bid's crazy. I'm watching in the background. Take the code off of the website that you go to here, like I've said. Drop it in chat. You gotta verify it. Type it in. Listen to Ryan. You got a minute to do so, or else it's gone. Yes, drop that code in chat, and then it will... Yay, there we go. Okay. So, that code is your winner. All right, GG's, congrats. Save that code. What a bid here, huh? How many, what did we get out of it? Like 9, 10, 60 points? Congrats. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Maybe he was rage baiting, Ryan. It's every time. If he was rage baiting, it worked on me too. All right. Coming up on 5 minutes here. Make sure you stick around. Danny Dimes, follow me up in 5 minutes here. We'll go ahead and get a link to his chat going here. Or link to his stream. We'll toss that out in a minute. You guys can start moving over in a couple minutes. Appreciate you guys hanging out. All right. For anybody that's going to keep hanging out, there's a link to Danny's stream. The stream should roll you over there automatically in a couple minutes. We're going to stick around for the next 5-10 minutes, but there is a link in case you want to head over there early. He'll be live in like 5 minutes, so make sure you say what's up to him. One last time before we wrap here. For anybody that's new, anybody that just hung out for the first time today, new streamer schedule. Matt, live every day. Market open, 8:30 a.m. Central. I follow him up, 10 a.m. Central, Monday through Friday. Danny Dimes, next, on in 5. Every day trading power hour. He's had some awesome trades live. Cool stuff with journaling, so make sure you hang out. Say what's up to him. Jaws, Globex open, 5 p.m. Central. Sunday through Thursday. Globex doesn't open Friday night, so Sunday through Thursday. There's a new streamer, so this list will be updated, streaming the Asian market in Korean, which is awesome. So check her out if you're up. And then Jamie kicking it off bright and early every morning, 5 a.m. Central, trading pre-market and London. SUV, I think it's a 50K. If you guys have any questions, Any questions on the prop firms we're trading? Definitely check out tbm.gg. You can go in the link in the description. Everything should be linked down there. If you're not in the Discord, hop in the Discord. It's at the bottom of the screen. Check that out. Definitely check that out. Come say what's up in Discord. I'll be hanging out in there later for the rest of the day. I'll be hanging around in Danny's chat, saying what's up to him too. So make sure you guys move over there. Once again, gonna link his stream in the chat. Start heading over. Say what's up for me. Start heading over there. Appreciate you guys sticking around all day. Ronaldo, GG's. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, best of luck to you too. Skid Steer, GG's. Appreciate you hanging out. Jodo, thanks for popping in. Alpha Prime, thanks for hanging out today. SUV, appreciate you. Hey, congrats on that giveaway. You've been in here all day, so number 3 badge, appreciate you. Bradley, appreciate you stopping in as always. Nick Kilby, appreciate you hanging out. Anthony, thanks for hanging out. Trader Jono, appreciate you. GG's, thanks for hanging out. Nick, GG's, appreciate you guys. Been having a super fun time doing these streams, so thanks for hanging out. Yeah, make sure you guys, links in chat, make sure you guys head over to Danny's stream. If not, it should automatically push you guys over there. But, yeah, make sure you say what's up to him. See you in a little bit, Danny. Again, there's that link for you guys. Appreciate you hanging out. Hope you all had a good day. Keeping the accounts alive. All right. All right, one last time. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Interesting lunch session. Took a ton of trades. Ended up break even on the day, but some real good trades. Interesting price action. We had a Trump tweet right in the middle, so appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Danny should be live, so be smart, be patient. I'm gonna